We're live. Hello. Hello, Creative Business Masters. I am so happy to be here with you. It's been a while. Today, we're going to be talking about what you can do to stop dreading sales. I want you to stop dreading sales. I know it was something I had a long time battle with, and that's what we are talking about today. If you are here, you are running a creative business. Not that everyone, but I'm going to say that most of us in here are running some sort of creative business, which means that we create products and we sell our products. And selling is actually the foundation of a business, right? If we aren't selling, we don't really have a business. That concept of when it seems obvious, but I was like, oh yeah, that's so true. We have to be selling our products in order to be considered a business. So I know that none of you here, or most of you, are on your way to professional. If you are not already professional, you're already selling. You're already in this business. So let's get to where we enjoy selling. Selling is such a major part of our business. We need to make sure that we enjoy it. That's just, we all have stuff we don't enjoy in our businesses, but sales shouldn't be one of them. So today I'm going to be talking about the 3 keys to love sales. 3 keys to loving sales. And before we get started, I just want to say thank you so much for all of the kind words that I received from everyone last week. It was a little bit of a rough week, and I appreciate your understanding. I'm Shauna St. James, and I'm the founder of Creative Jumpstart and Creative Business Masters. And I have helped thousands of artists. I've coached thousands of artists really on how to transform themselves so they can transform their businesses and reach whatever goal they want to reach. And especially, of course, be able to sell more art. A lot of what we need to do to be a good salesperson and enjoy selling is work we have to do on the inside. It's inner mindset work. So today we're going to be getting into that. But, before we dig into those 3 keys, how many of you have been discouraged by sales? How many of you? Say hello as you're coming in. I love to know who's here. And if you're watching in replay, give me a hashtag replay or a heart or a like or a thumbs up and just let us know where you're going. I'm going to actually, I don't have my phone here. I'm going to pull my phone up and see if there's anyone here. For some reason, my StreamYard is not really showing me what's going on. So let's take just a second to see if I can find everyone in here. There we go. We're artists. We're not salespeople from the beginning. I don't know about you, but when you decided to start your art business, I'm going to guess that 90% of us really had no sales experience, much less sales training. I know I didn't even think about that when I decided to start my business. So I really didn't have a lot of positive sales experience when I started my business and figured out how hard it was to sell. It became something that I really kind of dreaded and avoided because I really wasn't that successful at it. How many of you are hey, hands up, me? I want to see a me. I'm guessing that some of you have been in that situation, but it was so hit and miss. I really just thought that it almost wasn't going to be a viable business for me. And that's when I really had to tap back into understanding the human mind and understanding that I had sales psychology background. I had, a sales psychology degree and all kinds of training. I just wasn't really tapping into that and applying it to my business. So I want you to start thinking in that context. This is something that we can change. Just because you're not doing well right now in your business and you're not where you want to be, that is okay. It is changeable. Now, that's going to require some time and some practice and some dedication and some focus, some real intention and grit, right? It's going to require some resilience because we're going to have failures and we're going to need to bounce back. But we can do this. We can do this. And if you guys are in that situation that I was, where I had a lot of friends and family who, they were polite, but I knew they were getting tired of hearing me talk about this business that I was trying to get going and being an artist that was going to be able to make a living on my art. And, they didn't want to discourage me and crush my dreams, but at the same time, they did not really have a lot of faith in me. So I didn't have a really good network of people who could support me. Anyone there? Anyone where? That's what I want to be here for you. I want to be the support, and I want to give you what you need to be able to get your business moving forward. So today we're talking about 3 keys that you are going to need to be able to start loving sales. So the first thing is, I really want you to know your numbers. This is something we talk about inside the Art Boss Academy a lot. You've got to have data. What do I mean by that? Well, that means you need to know what is the average conversion rate? Meaning, when you go out there and you're offering something and you're making offers and sales, what is the really average? What should you expect when it comes to how many sales you should be making versus how many people you're talking to? Really, those numbers are going to help you objectify things. When you start looking at things and your results in terms of data, it changes everything on how you approach your business. We don't have to take the no's personally, just like we shouldn't take the yeses personally, honestly. But getting that data and understanding conversion numbers and understanding how many people and how many offers and how many, all of those things are really going to make a difference to you as to what you need to do. It's going to give you the information you need to know how to sell, what you need to do to really make those sales. That's going to come from numbers and data. The other thing, of course, we've got to practice. This is not something that comes natural to most of us. If we're artists, we're not naturally salespeople. Very seldom do those two coincide. I've met a couple and they can sell like gangbusters. It's just something that was natural and instinctive to them. They didn't even know that it was natural instinctive, but they're using all those skills and all those tools inside their businesses. And that's why their businesses are exploding, right? They're using that. Plus they've set up a sales funnel. So they have a system that they've created, and that really makes your business go. So I want you to think about the fact that you're going to have to practice, take action. Don't just think about making that offer. Get out there and make that offer and see what results you get. Get the results back, get the data back, so then you can make those adjustments and look at it that way. It's like, I'm just going to get out here and do as much stuff as I can to figure out what I need to do to adjust my message. And then here's the big one. I want you to make some big mindset shifts. We need to make some sales mindset shifts. Yeah. Because I was there. I had so many mindset blocks against sales, and I didn't even realize that that's what was holding me back. So here are a few that we want to talk about. The first one is you got to believe that you can do this, that you can make those changes, that you can accomplish this. You've got to be able to have the vision, which means you need to know exactly what you want in your business. Without having the vision, when you're out there selling, you don't have a goal to sell to. You don't have anything that motivates you. You got to have a vision and know your why and know what you want. And then we need to be able to tap into that inner, I call it the inner X factor, that deep power within us, and be the best version of ourselves to be able to show up for our audience and be able to connect with our prospective buyers. That's a huge mindset shift. If you are really, really shy and this is something you struggle with, this is where you need to focus. You need to just take one step at a time and work on transforming these. But you can work on your inner X factor so that you can have a stage presence and show up in front of your social media. Your people want to know you. That's part of the human, that's just part of human nature. We want to connect with each other. So we need to be able to do that in order to sell to people. And then you got to know how the human mind processes information. When we know how humans, what drives us, how we process information, it gives us a lot of information and it helps us message. It changes how we message, how we craft offers. Understanding all of those things really gives us power to know what our customer needs to be able to make a buying decision. When you can deliver that to them, you're on your way to selling. You're on your way to selling. And we've got to be able to speak to those things so often that our offers become irresistible. When you can really speak to the deep need that your customer has, when you can address their problem in a unique way and show them that you have the solution and that you want to provide them the solution, your offers become irresistible. We need to know how to position ourselves in that way. That's all part of sales psychology. And then you got to really have a sales framework that you follow. You need to have some systems in place that you know where you're going with each person, with each customer, where they are when you talk to them, you got to know where they are, what they're thinking about. That's going to help you communicate with them better. And really, sales is all about communication. It's more of a conversation. It's more of a conversation. And when we are prepared to manage objections and they don't crush our spirit, when we know how to not take them personally and what to do with objections, where to go with objections, I call it going with the flow. When we know how to handle objections, it makes selling so much easier. All of these things make it so much easier to sell. And when we can do that, then we love selling. Selling no longer becomes something that we avoid and we dread. It becomes part of our business that is so important to us and valuable to us that we can't wait to get out there and do it. That we want to do that as much as we want to create. When you want to sell as much as you want to create, and you're feeling that inner connection between the two, because selling is a form of creating. You have to create all the processes. You have to be able to tap into your inner X factor and create that connection. It's just a different form of creating. When you can tap into that, you're going to be unstoppable. You're going to be unstoppable. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I will be again here 10 a.m. Central next week with you here in Creative Business Masters. In the meantime, I love to hear your comments. I love it when you guys ask me questions. So if you have anything you want to say or anything you'd like me to talk about, post it in the group. Post it in the group. I'd love to hear from you. I will talk to you soon. Have a great week, everyone.